Join us as we dive through these sci-fi masterpieces and uncover what makes those books the timeless arts we love. Sci-fi genre is one of our passions here at High Five TV, a genre we can't talk about enough. I mean, where in the world would you get a great mix of storytelling, scientific theories, and philosophical questions? It always fascinated us how far and beyond the human mind can endeavor to create a vivid, lively world for us to explore. And today we pick 5 books from different eras. All are loved by sci-fi fans all over the world. Try to define what made them unique and give a final verdict for each one of them, with minimal spoilers of course. We have a lot of books to discover, so tell us in the comments if you want a part 2 or maybe a part 3. So without further hustle, let's dive in. Number 1, The Stars, My Destination by Alfred Bester. The oldest book featured today. This famous piece of sci-fi art is considered to be the origin of many sci-fi stories we love today. It's a story about vengeance and how far could man go to attain it. Between an escalating conflict between the inner and outer worlds, the corporate dance of power, and the true nature of humanity, you travel through the pages and the whole transformation of the protagonist. Our concept here is basically the anti-hero. I almost always find the anti-hero works well with the noir sci-fi books, as if the world itself builds the protagonist this way. The book also introduced many sci-fi concepts like instant teleporting, however, it didn't resonate that good with me. Our verdict, although it's basically the story of Conte of Monte Cristo and some dated themes, you can't just deny its impact upon many of the other sci-fi works. Think The Expanse, Total Recall, and even Blade Runner all has something to share with this original work. If you're into the sci-fi classics, I think you should have read it by now. Number 2, Blindsight by Peter Watts, 2006. Here's a book I recently discovered and began to fall in love with it. Blindsight is a book that answers a simple question. What is the final purpose of evolution? Here, the humans have encountered a mysterious creepy alien species. Although they exceed humanity's intelligence by folds, they lack any self-awareness. Add to this, humans are basically genetically engineered freaks, and you get a thought-provocative extravaganza. The concept I liked here is meeting an alien species with great intelligence and no self-awareness. It's just counterintuitive for most. However, the writer here argues that consciousness may be an evolutionary brick wall. Do I agree? No. Intrigued? Of course yes. Our verdict? The more I read this book, the more I fall in love with it. This book speaks to me. You get the horror themes, thought-provocative encounters, and the true bleak nature of this future. Added to this, the vampires are scientific reality here. Totally recommended. Number 3, The Three-Body Problem by Leo Sishin. The Dark Force hypothesis is a potential answer to Fermi's paradox. It states that maybe the aliens are afraid of the first encounter, and nobody wanna broadcast his presence to the universe, fearing get conquered by a much advanced alien race, and that's our setting here. The Three-Body Problem is one of my top fictional favorite books, period. Although the last part feels lacking for me. The concept I loved here is that unpredictability is the worst thing that could happen to a civilization. The Trisolarians are the true survivalists of the universe. The thing that buzzed me here is their lack of understanding of concept of deception. I mean, even your planet deceives you. Really? Our verdict, a story of hundreds, maybe millennia or even millions of years, a true masterpiece that never stopped me thinking. However, the first part is by far my favorite. Number 4, Hyperion by Dan Simmons. In a universe controlled by one empire called the Hegemony, they face numerous threats from rebel attacks to the potential threat of AI domination. We follow the story of 7 pilgrims on their final journey on the world of Hyperion, where millions have taken this pilgrimage, but none had ever returned. They are on their fateful path to meet the Shrike, a godlike entity whose encounter means an eternal doom. This novel needs a high-budget cinematic release. Our verdict? The Hyperion is a must-read novel with its sequels. It's a love letter for all sci-fi genre we all know and love. Each story weaves an intricate structure that forms a superior world building that never failed to inspire. And finally, Roadside Picnic by Arkady and Boris Strugatsky. Here is another book I am glad to discover. The Roadside Picnic is the last title you would pick for a sci-fi novel, right? However, it's the perfect fit for our story here. Aliens had their first encounter with us, and it was lackluster to say the least. Saving from few human catastrophes, they never cared about us, leaving their trash that we couldn't even comprehend. And that's our premise here. The story is not about the alien encounter per se, it's about us humans, who found themselves in that universe where our existence is basically insignificant. And instead of looking for the bigger picture, each one looks for his personal gain. Our verdict: this book inspired the movie and the video game. It has a unique perspective, but you just can't deny it was a product of its era. Worth a check, definitely. So that was our list for today. If you are into sci-fi, we have 2 videos for you about the most overrated and underrated sci-fi movies ever. We think you might find them interesting. Also, don't forget to tell us which sci-fi book is your favorite. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. This is High 5 TV. Catch you later and bye.